Today's episode is brought to you guys by Ana Luisa. That's ANALUISA. Ana Luisa is an amazing jewelry company that practices both sustainable and ethical jewelry making, business, and shipping. They've provided us with a code to give you guys 10% off any purchase on their site, and jewelry starts at just $39. You guys know I absolutely love my necklaces. I wear them constantly. It's probably a staple in most of the fashion choices that I make. Not only that, did they send me amazing earrings as well. And I think these are going to be my new go-to because they're adorable and the quality is absolutely amazing. Ana Luisa releases their jewelry collections every Friday, and they do it in small batches to make sure they're not wasting anything. Ana Luisa aims to bring clarity to the jewelry making business. They have everything from beautiful rings, earrings, necklaces, and more. And it's hard to pass up when you get 10% off, right? I'm a sucker for a good deal. So go and treat yourself or a loved one today and use my code TOOHOT, that's TWOHOT, to get 10% off. I absolutely recommend them. They're a great brand, making jewelry both beautiful and sustainable. So go check them out at shop.analuisa.com/toohot. That's code TOOHOT, TWOHOT, for 10% off.
Are we wearing the same pants?
Yeah.
Yes. Are we matching?
Our favorite.
Oh my God, look at us.
We got a memo today.
Yeah, we did.
We're black or else, bitch.
Yeah.
Spooky. Yeah, so today it's like fall. I want it to be fall. It's not really
There was
fall.
like a breeze and you're like spooky.
Spooky. But I'm trying to make it fall, hence all the decor. And today's episode theme
is
it's called Let's Not Meet.
Let's Not Meet.
Mm-hmm.
I get stalker vibes.
The people are getting what they want. They're getting your stalker story.
Oh my
today.
gosh. Oh my gosh. I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, so they're getting your stalker story.
Okay.
Let's Not Meet is a subreddit that basically has scary stories about potential like times people tried to break in, kidnap you, or just like creepy, eerie vibes that you don't want to ever meet those people again.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine's like unique, but it definitely fits.
Oh, I got one that is right up your alley.
Okay, good.
Right up your alley.
Good.
Okay, you ready?
Yes. Like is this kind of like true crime?
True crime is coming.
Okay.
It's in the works. This is more could have potentially been true crime.
That's kind of what I mean.
Mhm.
Like, yeah. Okay. So same. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Here we go.
All right.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Two Hot Takes. I'm your host, Morgan.
And I'm Alejandra.
And today we're diving into Let's Not Meet.
Ooh.
Spooky season.
Chills already.
The amount of listeners that have had stalking experiences,
Yeah.
kidnapping experiences, even like murder is astounding.
What? Remind me
Absolutely astounding.
to give you an idea later about that.
Okay, murder?
No. Yeah. Pencil in a reminder about murder later.
I'm like, God,
I'd like to
do you
talk
need an
about
alibi?
homicide. Yeah. Remind me we need to bury a body later. No.
Pig farm.
No, logistics about write-ins.
Okay.
Yeah. Not murder. Okay.
No, just kidding. Okay, so up first, my new boyfriend has a stalker ex.
Oh. Okay.
Do you feel attacked?
Yeah, I feel seen.
My boyfriend, 32 male, and I, 27 male, have been dating and talking for a short time, maybe a few months total. It was my understanding that he just got out of a long-term relationship, which I was worried about, but trusted that the situation was under control. Within the span of a month, my boyfriend's ex has shown up at his place at least once a week trying to get back with him. The 4 situations have escalated each time with things said by the ex. Quote, I was worried because you didn't reply to me. Will you let me come in and play with the cats? Quote, do you want to go out for our anniversary? Do you want to go to Mexico with me? And the most insane part, quote, will you marry me and move to Mexico with me? In my opinion, my boyfriend isn't being as direct and upfront as he could be. Each time it happens, my boyfriend says, I think this time is different, and he got the point. But it keeps happening, and he engaged with him each time instead of just saying, leave me the fuck alone and get off my porch.
Yeah.
I would have shut this shit down a long time ago, but I'm stuck in the position where I have to let my boyfriend handle it. He talks about getting a restraining order, but hasn't followed through. My boyfriend is definitely not stepping up to the plate when it comes to getting his ex's advances to stop. How do I handle this situation?
I have so many thoughts.
So many.
I have so many thoughts. And I don't even know where to start. But I think that, so I obviously went through, I guess not obviously for those who don't know, but I went through a very similar situation for a few years. And like so many of those things mentioned actually happened to me too. I think that the first and most important thing is that if you don't feel he's being as honest as he could be, that's going to be the biggest detriment here, because in order to move forward and have a relationship where you're constantly being attacked from a third party, the third party being his ex, you have to have a mutual understanding. You guys have to be a united front. I think that's the most important thing that I learned in my personal experience was you two have to be aligned in how you're going to handle this. One person can't have one strategy and the other person has another strategy, because I've also experienced it that way and it backfires. So you have to be like aligned. Are you going all no contact? If you are, you both have to agree to that, because they both have to be on the same page, because essentially the ex could start attacking him the way he's attacking his boyfriend.
Yeah.
By sending the same messages or attacking him, showing up to his house, similarly to the way that he already is with the ex. And so in my experience, ignoring works really well. And I know that that's like, okay, you have a stalker, you shouldn't ignore that. But I think one thing that people don't realize, and maybe you can kind of weigh in on this because I feel like you're kind of knowledgeable on these things, is restraining orders are difficult to obtain.
Incredibly difficult. That's like a thing that I saw throughout Reddit, throughout listener write-ins. It's like no one took me seriously. I had to go above and beyond to get a restraining order, and I still wasn't protected. Like they still showed up. Like it's really hard to get taken seriously.
They're so difficult. I tried briefly, failed, and didn't really fail. Well, it was the police made me feel really stupid, which was really sad because I mean,
so fucked up, because look at how many people have stalkers and end up dead from them.
Yeah, no, that experience taught me so much, because when I went there, and you know this, Morgan, like I'm not an emotional person. I don't like break down crying. And I broke down crying to this police officer because I was genuinely so frustrated. I felt like this was my last resort.
Ugh.
And he was basically telling me like I didn't have enough. And I felt like, so in that moment, I was like, I see why so many women or men both don't speak up about like harassment, because they feel like they don't get taken seriously.
Yeah, no.
And I have a friend, you know her, she is a lawyer, and she had to try to obtain a restraining order against her ex recently. He was actually making like threats, and he was actually following her. And this woman is a lawyer, and she dropped her case because even though she knows the ins and outs of the legal system, it was really difficult. And further, with a restraining order, is they actually, the party that you're filing a restraining order against, or an order of protection, sometimes they call it a TRO, which is a temporary restraining order. That party gets served, and then they have they get to show up in court during this hearing.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, if this is somebody that you're trying to avoid and that you're scared of, it's a sure way to see them, because you file the restraining order. I mean, they don't have to show, but most of them will, because they either want to A, see you, or B, they want to speak their case.
Yeah.
So then now that you're put in a room with them, and it's uncomfortable and it's somewhat dangerous. So long story short, like restraining orders are not always the solution here. So for this couple that's experiencing this, like I think the only thing you can do is focus on what you can control. You can't control this ex's actions, but what you can do is you two can have a very, very honest conversation with each other. And I would suggest that he say to his boyfriend, the only way this is going to work is if we have 100% transparency.
Absolutely.
You tell me every single time he reaches out, shows up, tries to initiate contact, etc., and you report everything back to me, and we keep like a file, which is what I did. And you keep like a case file of like everything that happens, timestamps, dates,
Also, with your case where you need to start shutting it down. Like
Yeah.
this person's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
shutting
yeah.
it down at all. They're almost like,
Oh.
I wouldn't say encouraging it, but it's
Yeah.
a red flag that like there's not more like you need to stop showing up here.
True.
We're done.
Yeah.
We are broken up.
Yeah.
I've moved on. This is no more.
Yeah.
Please do not show up at my
yeah,
house.
that should be a given then. But the thing with that is I think it has to be said once, assertively, crystal clear, and in writing. And that's it. One time, like you draw your line in the sand and you say like, I am in a relationship. I need you to respect that. You are like threatening not only my safety and sense of well-being, but you're now like threatening my livelihood and my relationship. So I'm respectfully asking you to stop. If they continue, you ignore. Ignore. You starve the fire and you just keep a record of everything that they do. And eventually, if they try something crazy, you can try to go get a restraining order.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I know. It's just like such a fine line. I honestly, like you went through hell just like knowing what you went through and everything. Like didn't you get flowers sent to your work from your stalker?
Okay, no. So that's another stalker, but
what the fuck?
Yeah. So in that case, so the stalker wasn't stalking me, was stalking the guy that I was dating. And this person was someone from his past. And when I say past, I literally want to say like 6+ years ago, maybe 8. And she essentially sent flowers to his office and signed it like, let's call her Jenny. And she was just like, waiting for you, XOXO Jenny. And it's funny because the balloon said happy anniversary and it was like a random day in May. And
what the fuck?
Yeah, I couldn't put that together, but like my boyfriend, he basically sent me the picture, his work received it, and they were like, they all had met me, so they knew my name, and they were like, Jenny.
Who the fuck is Jenny?
Who is Jenny? And it was super awkward. And that same girl, Jenny, just recently, this is the one who's been messaging me. The one who's like
God.
having is it psychosis or what is it?
She's having a little bit of a mental breakdown, I think.
Yeah. So she found me on Instagram very recently. I'm talking in the last month.
She's like been tagging you with like the FBI.
She put me in a group chat with the FBI, Melania Trump, Snoop Dogg, and the Justice Department, and Jim Jones.
Yeah. Which how many of them are checking their DMs?
What are they going to do? What is Snoop Dogg going to do? And she's like writing crazy things. Like it's like Morgan can back me up on this. It's crazy in the sense that it's like, this person's like almost like schizophrenic.
They're mentally ill, 100%.
There's nothing you can say. This person can't be reasoned with. The sentences aren't even coherent. So again, you just ignore it. And, this, like my boyfriend has drawn a very clear line and been like, hey, like I haven't seen you in years. Please don't do that.
No.
So yeah, at a certain point, it's out of your control. This person doesn't like make me feel threatened, and I don't know how he feels. Like if he feels like his life is being threatened.
This as far as stalkers go, seem pretty tame in comparison to like some of the stories.
Yeah.
So I think there's a fine line, and like you have to use your best judgment and like what you're comfortable with. Like you said, like you don't feel threatened, you don't feel like unsafe from this stalker, this person. Like the other stalker you had would like literally case your house.
Oh yeah, thank you. That's true. She like knew what I drove.
She knew
everything.
She would know when you were at your boyfriend's house.
Yes.
The minute you left, she would send him a text.
Yeah.
Like that's where it's like,
yeah.
Okay, this one's crossing a line.
That one crossed lines. Yeah.
But
you're reminding me about all this.
You've had a lot of stalker experiences.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to like go with your gut. And I think that can't be understated. Like trusting our guts is so, so important. Like our nervous systems, our body are trained to be like fight or flight. Like that's what our bodies do. So if you feel like something's not right, you're uneasy, don't hesitate.
Yeah.
And if your stalker is getting like violent or, pushing boundaries, go to the police. If they don't listen, like, there's other resources out there that I'll share on YouTube for that, but like, just make sure someone and maybe multiple people know about it.
Right. And I guess my like one piece of advice, not that this is like an advice podcast, but this is something I did experience directly. And I do want people to know this coming off of the fact that like a restraining order can be difficult to obtain, but that shouldn't deter you. If you feel threatened,
Yes,
you
100%.
should still try. And one thing I did, and I would recommend doing, is when I did go to the police station and I asked to speak to an officer about filing a temporary restraining order, even though they had told me I didn't have enough, I asked them, can you please, because at this point I did feel a little endangered and I was a little shaken up. And I was like, can you just take a record, make a note down that I'm here formally trying to file a restraining order
In case something goes wrong.
in case like I go missing and then you guys are like, whoa, where did we start? And then it's like, oh, on January 3rd, she came in and said this person had made her feel threatened. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, just try to get a record, something on record for your safety.
At the bare minimum. Yeah. And like
Yeah.
tell everyone you possibly can. I think one thing too that like I just showed some people in my life that they didn't know about is the click 5 times on your iPhone's power button.
I didn't know that. What does it do? What does it do?
Okay, you guys. So this is like, I'm constantly scared about getting kidnapped. Like I will talk about this throughout the episode, but like getting kidnapped is my biggest fear. So if you have an iPhone, and I'll try to like screen record and just zoom on the screen or whatever. But if you have an iPhone and you click the power button 5 times, it goes into like an emergency response system. So it looks like this. And it says like emergency SOS. And then it immediately, if you let it go and you don't like press cancel like I just did, it automatically calls emergency services and you can set up your emergency people and it'll automatically send them a message that you need help and it'll send them your location where you're at.
Wow.
So when I'm walking to my car, like don't be on your phone. Don't pretend to be on your phone because when you're walking to your car, attackers will typically go for people that look distracted. So no headphones, don't be on your phone, even if you're pretending, like that's not gonna keep you safe. Like have your phone in your hand and make sure you guys like all set that up. Like that is the greatest life hack I've ever had.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And
see?
I like need to know things like that because you know this, and I'm gonna expose Lauren right now, but we are kind of notorious for running outside, like sometimes in the nighttime hours.
Yeah, you guys are so bad.
I know, but Lauren's worse. She's gonna hate me. And it's bad because we do it with headphones on.
I'm not fucking with that shit. I'm not getting kidnapped.
I know. I don't know why I'm like not scared of getting kidnapped. I don't know. Maybe because I think I'm fast. So I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. But that's so ignorant. Like I know that's like it's like they just like trip you and you're done. You know?
They just hit you with the car and then they take you.
True.
You
Too.
You can't run a car.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
But cars can't get in certain places. Like I could like run into an apartment or like, you know. No.
I don't know. Like, don't run at night. Don't run alone. Like, I've listened to too many Crime Junkie episodes.
So have I. Which is
no.
I know.
No. There's multiple comments on here. I heard Alejandra has one quite crazy stalker story. Please tell us. Multiple people are asking for your stalker story.
It's like not that juicy, but I think what makes it crazy is that it was founded like through social media, which really shows you the power of social media and the dangers.
Give people a time, like a lowdown, like quick elevator pitch of your stalker experience.
Okay, I will give a Spark Notes version.
Give a Spark Notes version of your stalker story. The people want to know.
People want to know. It's not like that crazy. Like after hearing these things, I'm like, whoa. But I think what makes my story like weird is because it's so real and it can happen to anybody. And it honestly, a big part of it was through social media, which really exposes like the dangers. And I think through that, I realized how dangerous and accessible social media makes you. So I was dating somebody who had a relationship with a coworker, and relationship mostly physical. So not really like boyfriend, girlfriend, but was seeing this coworker, and this coworker was married and had a whole family and was many years older. And she became very obsessed and really hated the idea of him dating me. And so she was essentially like following me on social media via multiple fake accounts for a long time before I realized it. So this person had like tabs on me, and this person pretty much figured out like everything about me. Everything. Like she must have ran a background check on me or something, because or she was doing drive-bys by my house. I'm almost positive she was, because she knew like the make and model and plate of my car. She had shown up somewhere that I was, and I'm almost positive she knew where I was because I had posted like a story at a restaurant and tagged the restaurant, and within an hour she showed up. And she showed up to my like boyfriend's house multiple times, like his physical house, and tried to like talk to him. And she would create multiple fake accounts on Instagram and text me from multiple different fake phone numbers, like burner phone numbers. And it was typically she would text me on like my birthday, Valentine's Day, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, like around the holidays, because I think her intention was like to throw a grenade at any like good moment that I could possibly have. I'm trying to like think of everything. There's so much that happened because it was like in the span of like 2 years. But this person just like, when you say stalker, I think everyone thinks of like the Netflix show You, like somebody's following you in like a hoodie, and she might have been following me, but
Probably.
but more so the part that was stalking was that this person had a way of finding out everything about me, where I was going to be, what I did, what I drove, where I lived, who my friends were. She found out who my roommates were and like found them on social media. I was following them on fake accounts. She found out like what gym I went to. Like she figured out like everything. And I think that's the scary part. And so she was
Because you
like,
have nowhere to hide.
you have nowhere to hide. And I remember I like literally called out of work one day because I was like walking to my car to go to work, and I was like, I don't feel safe. I just don't know when I'm going to see this person and what they're capable of, because she was very what's the word? Like conniving and like sus.
This
And
is the one that's married, right?
yeah, she's still married. And so she would come up with such elaborate lies, and those are the scariest people. I don't want to diagnose her with anything because I don't know her well enough, but like she gives me heavy sociopath vibes, like somebody who can come up with such a elaborate but believable lie and like a scheme, and she would double down on her lies. So you'd be like, oh, there's no way she's bullshitting, because you're like, she has so much to lose. But she was. And I think she crossed a line when I went home to Minnesota, and I had a few people reach out to me because they were like, did you create a new Snapchat? And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, there's a Snapchat in your name messaging me about getting your like my login. And she essentially had created a Snapchat under my name, like Alejandra Nagel, but like use like an extra letter,
Oh my God.
and was messaging people saying like she created a new Snapchat and that like my boyfriend's monitoring my phone. So don't call me or don't FaceTime me. Don't like pretend, like don't try to confirm my identity. And that's when it kind of crossed the line for me, because I'm like, this person will impersonate me to like my friends. And what for what? How far will they go?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just this person was following me, and probably maybe even physically. I don't know. That's the thing, is you don't know when
She
you're
clearly was, just for the single fact alone that you would be at your boyfriend's house, you would leave, and the minute you left, she would reach out and be like, I know Alejandra just left.
well, she knew.
She was sitting outside in her car.
She knew when I was out of town, and I guess maybe she was following me on social media or like something, but she would figure out when I wasn't with my boyfriend and take advantage of that and like try to like insert herself. And there's like another element to it that I like can't really talk about, but that was like creepy. She like figured out something that like she should have never figured out, and I still don't really know how she figured it out, but like things like that where I'm like, you kind of you want to blame yourself, because at that point I'm like, am I putting too much of my life on Instagram? Like,
Yeah.
if it's that easy. But things such as like the car that I drive, like maybe you could figure that out through my social media, but I don't know. Some of those things.
No, I don't know. Like at that time, like you drove such a stereotypical car.
I know, especially for Los Angeles.
Like-
and she knew my plate, and I had out of state plates.
Yeah.
And
she was I bet she was following you.
Yeah.
She was you styling
Well,
it.
she actually said, so I'll give like one example of like how this, like she was conniving and like gaslighting, is she said to my boyfriend, like, tell your girlfriend or whatever, something to the effect of, my neighbor says that like this, okay, I'll just like say it because I don't drive this car anymore. So she was like, this white Mercedes with Minnesota plates keeps driving by my house. Can you tell your girlfriend to stop? And like, to this day, I don't know where she lives. I couldn't drive there
she's
if you had a gun in my head.
fucking stalking you.
Yes, and I'm like, it made me so angry because I'm like, literally, if you held me hostage. I could not show you where she lives. I've never, why would I do that? 2,
You're trying to avoid this bitch.
yes, why would I like go
Not
seek
go to her
her out?
house.
And what would I do drive by her house? And then 3, she obviously knew what I drove because that was accurate. And if I'm not driving by her house, which I'm not, how the hell does she know what I drive?
Cause she was in the bushes. She was you styling you. Guarantee it.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing she would do. She would call me on random numbers, unblocked, and just like listen. One time she called me. Oh, this is the funny part. I'll leave it at this. This is how we like got her. Actually, she tripped over herself a few times, but
She wasn't the brightest.
She was, but this is the thing.
She just went too far to where she started like poking holes in her own stories.
Exactly. When you get a little too bold and you're lying, you start to like be your own, like, you tell on yourself, essentially. She told on herself.
Yeah.
So the funny part was when I was sitting, so back before I'd ever been stalked, I like didn't really realize people could like do that. So I kept getting these like random calls. And a woman would always ask me for like it was like a very pleasant, nice person. And she'd be like, "Hi, is Dennis there?" And I'd be like, "Oh, no, sorry. Like, this is not, you have the wrong number."
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Oh, I am so sorry for your time. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Bye, whatever." And they were always like really nice. And one of the times I was sitting next to my boyfriend and I get a call and I was like, "Okay, listen, like I keep getting calls from these weird numbers." I'm like, "I'm gonna put it on speaker so you can hear it," because like it keeps happening. And I'm like, "Hi." And they're like, "Hey, is James there?" And I'm like, "No, there's no James here. You must have the wrong number." They're like, "Oh, are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes." Like, "I'm so sorry." "Oh, okay, I'm so sorry." Like super apologetic. And I remember my boyfriend's face just kind of went pale.
He recognized the voice.
He recognized the voice. He was like, "How long have you been getting these calls?" And I was like,
Oh.
"I don't know, like a few weeks." And he was like, "I know who that is. I know that voice." He's like, "I've heard that voice so many times."
Fuck her.
Yeah. And she like admitted it later. She said she would like call me because she was
For what?
to see if I was with him. But I'm like,
You were asking for random people. Like,
I don't know if she thought maybe like she'd hear him in the background. I think you get so desperate.
Any glimpse of him that she could get.
Oh, and then she created a fake account and talked to me like she was a lawyer or like a law student or something because she knew I wanted to maybe go to law school. So she was like trying to have conversations with me on Instagram. Yeah, it was super weird, like a networking thing. And I like,
she tried to infiltrate your life in any possible way she could.
Yes. It was super weird. Like I could go on and on. And I want to.
Don't you guys go to the same gym now?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
She hasn't reached out.
No.
In
almost a year.
Yeah.
I think she's oh, Holly. Oh,
sorry. Go back to bed.
I'm so sorry. Go bed. She's so cute. I think she just realized she's got to cut her losses and
it's over.
It's over. But yeah, I see her at the gym.
So bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, up next,
I know.
Let's get into the nitty gritty because this person almost got napped.
Okay.
Or
napped.
Something bad was about to happen.
Okay. Not laughing at that. Laughing at napped.
Yeah, napped.
Napped.
They got napped.
Napped.
Because like I don't know, kidnapped. Like it happens to more than just kids.
It does. They got abduction.
Yeah.
Abducted.
That's probably a better
hostage. They actually do call it kidnapping, don't they? Like, isn't that the formal charge? Like, if I took your dad and held him hostage.
Such funny image.
And I got charged.
I'm not laughing about kidnapping.
No, I know. It's your dad.
I think it is. I think it's attempted kidnapping is a charge.
It's a charge.
Yeah,
I think of that meme of like the girl in the background in the back seat of the car and she's singing and there's a meme like me, like my kidnappers bringing me back because they can't like stand me and it's like this little girl singing.
I've seen those TikToks. Okay, so this next story is from the actual subreddit Let's Not Meet. Mm-hmm. And I just want to make very clear that any story I'm reading from this subreddit, I got explicit written permission from the writers, from OP. Mm-hmm. And some of them want their stories linked and some of them do not.
Nice.
Yeah, because Let's Not Meet is like very, very, very against people taking stories off of their subreddit. Okay. Yeah, like they go after you legally if you don't get permission. Okay. And one thing about this subreddit is they verify things. Like if you post a story on Let's Not Meet about you getting kidnapped or about having a stalker, like you have to literally send evidence to prove you're being honest. Like they don't let you post troll stories on this subreddit.
I like that. Not that I don't like
You like knowing
the
that it's
kidnapping. Yes,
that
I
it's
like that
a
it's
real
like
thing.
yeah, it's a real thing. There you go.
So that time I got locked in a room with an unsettling man. I just came across this sub and figured the story was perfect to share here. I promise y'all this is 100% real and still gives me nightmares 4 years later. When I was 18, I worked at my college's residence building at the front desk, and I think I almost got assaulted or murdered. You be the judge. During the summer, the building operated as a hotel. So 2.5 floors were hotel rooms, and half of the third floor were student rooms. The whole building operated with a hotel swipe key system that was pretty outdated, and all of the doors were powered by 4 AA batteries. If the batteries died, there was a decently lengthy process to replace them and reprogram the door. A dark-haired guy came to the front desk from inside the building while I was working an overnight shift at around 1 or 2 a.m. and said he left his keycard in his room. I made him a new one and made my first error of the night. Hotel guests could have as many keys remade as they wanted, hypothetically. Students, however, were supposed to be given a temporary keycard and charged $2 to be returned when theirs is located. I gave him a new key for his room and asked if he was a student or hotel guest, and he replied, quote, student. At this point, I should have checked our system to charge his account, but I was caught up doing administrative duties and forgot. I used to trust people way too easily at this job, but quickly learned not to. Later on in the night, maybe around 3 or 4 a.m., he came to the desk again and said he couldn't get into his room. I asked if he just forgot his key again, and he said no, the door wasn't working. I asked if the light was coming on when he swiped his card, and he said no, so I figured the batteries were dead. I told him I'd have to change the batteries and went up to his room with him. He asked me for my name, and I told him. He didn't tell me his. I opened the door manually with a master key and told him I'd have to prop it open while I worked on the back panel to replace the batteries. He said, quote, no, it's okay, I'll close it. And closed and deadbolted the door locked. Really fucking weird, but I tried not to think about it. I had changed the batteries on plenty of other doors by this point, and some students were iffy about having their doors propped open for their room to be on display for anyone walking by. He also had a really thick accent, and I thought he might be an international student since we had a lot of those students from other countries where English was not their first language. I gave him the benefit of the doubt and thought maybe it was also just a language barrier issue. At this point, though, I really felt like something was wrong, but I tried to ignore it so I didn't freak him out. While I was trying to focus on fixing the door as quickly as possible, he kept trying to entice me to go further into the room, and he needed me to take a look at it. There was something underneath it that needed to be fixed, etc. He held out a little gold house key and said, I have a key, go get it, and threw it under the bed. He said there was a leak under the fridge. He just kept trying to get me down on the ground, throwing random problems at me. Obviously, I told him no. I'd send maintenance up in the morning to take a look at anything that was broken. I had my back to him, and he asked me if I would take off my glasses. I said, no, I need them to see. His tone of voice changed, and in the most steady, chilling manner, he said, Ella, it's okay. You can take them off. And from behind me, he reached around and tried to take off my glasses. I swatted his hand away and, trying to remain composed, said, no thanks, I need to keep them on. Even though he was creeping me the fuck out, I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to get in trouble if he complained about me or risk upsetting him and having him yell at me. I got up to grab something from the door repair kit and undid the door deadbolt and opened it up in the process. He jumped towards the door to close it again and told me to keep it closed. I told him no, I had to open it to start reprogramming it from the front. While I held the door open with my foot and grabbed something from the door repair kit, he started playing with the little wispy hairs at the top of my forehead and trying to touch my shoulder. I swatted him away again and asked him not to touch me and focused on getting the fuck out of there. He once again tried getting me to follow him into the bedroom, saying the bed was broken, and I went as far as the doorframe to see if I could spot any actual problem with his bed. This is when I realized that he had nothing in his room. No dishes in the kitchen, no shower curtain in the bathroom, no sheets on the bed, nothing. This wasn't his room.
Oh my God. I didn't think about that till just now.
My brain once again went back to the international student theory, thinking he had just arrived today and hadn't gotten a chance to buy anything yet. But in the pit of my stomach, I knew something was wrong. I fiddled around with the door for a few more seconds before announcing that it was fixed and quickly gathered the door kit and left. Before I had reached the elevator, he came back out without his shoes on to follow me. He tried to get back in to get his shoes and called out, "Ella, the door isn't fixed. You need to come back." I went back and opened the door manually and told him if the door was broken, I'd have to send up maintenance to fix it in the morning. I knew he was going to follow me to the elevator again, so I closed the door behind me once he went inside and ran down the stairwell as fast as I could. When I got to the front desk, I checked the computer and saw that the room he was in was supposed to be empty. It wasn't a student room or a hotel room. I locked myself in our back office and called campus security. He came down a few minutes later and went behind the desk. I yelled at him to get on the other side and wait, now that I knew he wasn't a resident. He tore the corner off a slip of paper I had sitting on the desk and drew a flower on it, then put it back on top of my papers. When security arrived, he ran back up to the empty room and tried convincing them he lived there so he wouldn't have to leave. He kept showing them his key card, which had decided to work on the door again somehow. They escorted him back downstairs and came to ask me if he really did live there. Obviously, he fucking didn't. That's why I called you guys crying and terrified. He kept interjecting to argue he did live there, but couldn't even recall his room number when asked. Security asked him for his student card, and he couldn't produce it. So they told him he would have to leave if he couldn't prove he lived there. While they were grabbing his information, I listened from the office and could immediately tell he was lying. The phone number he gave was just a bunch of random numbers. The name he gave was prefaced by, as if he was trying to think of a name. When they asked him for his address, he just said, across the street. One security guard asked if he lived in the apartments across the street, and he said yes, but couldn't tell them what the building number was. He said his apartment number was 1200, but I moved into that building a few months later, and apartment 1200 doesn't exist. When security asked what his purpose was to be sneaking into a room, he just kept up the ums and uhs and saying he didn't know. They'd ask, were you trying to see a friend? Do you know anybody who lives here? Were you here to hurt somebody? And he kept fidgeting and saying, I don't know, no reason. I was just here. At one point, he tried to tell them he was my friend, at which point I poked my head out of the office to say that I literally had never seen him before that night. He left. We didn't call the police because he didn't actually do anything, but it was still fucking unsettling. Later on, it dawned on me how he figured out the room was vacant. One of the housekeepers had been using it as her personal break room. A few days later, a housekeeper came to the desk and told me they found the door deadbolted open, the TV on, and a housekeeper inside watching TV. She must have forgotten to close the door when she left for the night, and when the creep let himself into the building, he found it. I never saw him again, and to this day, I have no clue what he was doing there. I haven't worked there since last winter, and overnight shifts still give me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay, why is this? I just feel like I wouldn't be able to do overnight shifts after that.
I would quit.
Yeah.
I would
She's
literally
resilient.
quit.
She's like Bravo. I think her name is Ella. Ella's very brave.
I would have left the minute he shut the door and deadbolted it. When
when
I went to fix the back panel, I would not have stayed in there any longer.
Yeah, the fact that she still did her job. She ran back downstairs and yelled at him to get away from the desk. I probably would have run home.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
I don't even know.
I would immediately have called the cops, not campus security.
Same. I would have called 911.
Fuck campus security.
Campus security most of the time.
Also,
doesn't
he did.
do much.
He did do something. He was trespassing.
He was trespassing, and he
that
was
is still-
impersonating a resident.
There's shit that they could have done.
Yeah.
Just the trespassing alone would have been a chargeable offense.
Yeah,
He was breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Fuck no. But why deadbolt the door? He was trying to get her in there.
Yeah.
And all the creepy shit, my bed's broken. Look under the bed.
That part,
here's a key. Go get it.
So degrading. Threw a key, a squeaky toy under the bed to get her on her hands and knees. What would he have done? If she had been for some reason,
I feel like he would have knocked her over the back of the head with something. I feel like that's get her on her hands and knees where she's the most vulnerable and hit her over the head, kick her in the stomach. That's where you get someone to take them down and out.
Oh my God. And taking her glasses off so that she's can't see as well.
Yeah. No, me without contacts, I would not be able to see the cup in front of my face.
yeah, that whole thing, he was up to something, whether he was trying to sexually assault, abduct, harm, inflict pain. He was like, you don't do that. There's people who are socially awkward and don't understand how to get people like in a room with them to talk, but
Yeah.
that's crossing way too many lines.
Yeah, no, go sit at Starbucks if you want to make friends.
Yeah.
Like my dad goes there all the time and has made some of his best friends just sitting at Starbucks.
Yeah, you can just go like loiter somewhere publicly and like not impersonate a resident and not
Like,
trespass and
no.
not like assault people, you know?
Well, and the thing with this one too, like, okay, that housekeeper just happened to leave the door unlocked that one day.
Yeah, that seems like a very perfect storm situation.
He was casing the
right?
place.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did he like the one day and he found it? I was thinking
How?
that too. It just seems too convenient.
It's too big of a coincidence.
I agree.
How do you just wander into that hotel, that floor, by that room, that day that she left the door unlocked?
Yeah. Also, in the opening statement, I don't know what year this was. I don't know if she gives any context as to like when this happened, but for some reason it didn't sit right with me that there would be a building that is part student housing and part hotel resident living. I think that's a really weird mix.
Yeah, I feel like some college campuses do it though, to like when the dorms are empty during the summer to at least like make some of their money back.
I don't know. Really? Do you know of any schools that do that?
I don't know. My college had interesting rules for like renting rooms for the summer, but I don't know if you could as like a true non-student.
Exactly. Like I went to LMU, Loyola Marymount, and I can't even get on that. Like you have to know somebody to get on that campus. Like I'm an alumni and I can't even get on that campus. Like it's gated. And
which is how it should be.
Which is how it should be. It's a private school and it's small, but like I remember if I forgot my student ID card, like I was shit out of luck. I wasn't getting on campus that day.
Yeah, no, I think that's honestly with school shootings and everything in this country, like America, if you live in other countries and don't have to deal with school shootings, and even if it's a public school and has a beautiful mall, you should have to give identification and like sign in.
Oh my gosh.
Sign back out.
At my graduation, you didn't come, did you?
No, you didn't have enough tickets for your ceremony. We partied after.
You came to I know we partied after. But the graduation ceremony is outside because it's like sunny and beautiful and we have a big grass hill, whatever. And I was so on edge. This was 2017 and I don't remember what had happened that year, but I was so on edge. My whole graduation, I kept looking around me and this is a perfect like school shooting moment because it's
there was
outside.
Like a hill and bleachers or
there
something.
Was a hill, like it was so hectic that day that they weren't like checking people, like anyone could walk on. And like the school I went to has like quite a bit of like high profile kids, like celebrity children, because we are local here in LA. And I just remember thinking, I think that year, the year before, like Hillary Clinton spoke. Bill Clinton spoke. So it was like, there's just always a lot of high profile people. And I'm like, this is such a perfect situation. And it just like my family members were at the Vegas shooting.
I know.
I forget what year that was.
Yeah.
It might have been that year, and that's why I was a little triggered. But I don't know. I was like on edge. I remember thinking about like a school shooting at my graduation, and that's like so sad. I was looking around being like, this is unregulated. Like anybody could be here.
Yeah. It's just
I don't know. But anyway.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Thank God this poor girl does not work there anymore. And
yeah. Whew.
Fuck that.
That's scary.
I know. Top comment. She was like, I don't know if I was like, I almost got murdered or what. And someone was like, both. He was likely going to do both. He probably would not have wanted to leave a witness. It's scary and fucked up that the dorms didn't have anything in place to keep you safe. And I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going forward, the manager took me off overnights.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Terrifying.
They shouldn't have overnight at all without some type of security guard.
Especially not one female alone.
Right. And she should not be like allowed to just like leave her post to go like, so she should have been escorted by like, especially at night like that.
At least one other staff member there.
Yeah.
Like don't you think that'd be housekeeping if it was an actual hotel?
Yeah.
Baffling.
Yeah.
Up next, my brother saw a ghost as a kid. 2 decades later, I realized what he actually saw. I was about 7 years old, my brother about 10. It was well past our bedtime when our mom woke up off the couch to put us to bed. Our dad worked construction out of town back then, so it was often just us three at the house for weeks at a time. Up the stairs and to the immediate right was our parents' bedroom. Going left put you in the middle of the hallway. Taking another left down the hallway led to my brother's room. The opposite end was my room, which was also across the hall from our upstairs bathroom. I'm gonna need a fucking diagram.
Yeah.
At either end of the hallway are windowed doors. We always kept locked and rarely used. The door on my end led to a balcony overlooking our front yard, and the door on my brother's end opened up to our back porch. The house kind of leaned into a small hill. My brother and mom both had a habit of waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. I only knew this because I was always a light sleeper and they just couldn't help flushing with the door wide open. This night, however, my brother stopped on his way to his room and came back towards the bathroom. I'm going to try to pee before I go to bed. The past few nights, I've been too afraid to walk to the bathroom. I keep seeing a man wearing stripes at the end of the hallway.
No.
I don't know if my mom wrote it off as my brother telling ghost stories to try to scare me or if she was already half asleep and didn't catch it, but she didn't react at all to my brother's confession. I, on the other hand, was terrified by it. The fear of seeing a ghost like that at the end of the hallway or through the windows is the reason I started running from the stairs to my bedroom at night. Years later, when I was about 18, my mom and I were having a conversation in her car about a dog we had for a very short time when I was little. We were sharing stories about Max's tendency towards destroying my shoes and other unruly behaviors when my mom blurted out, "Do you remember that time I opened the front door for the cops and Max ran inside to the kitchen and started tearing open that big bag of dog food we had?" This really caught me by surprise because in all the years I lived in that house, we never once called the cops. Gun owner family in a quiet, rural West Virginia neighborhood, etc. I asked her what she was talking about, and she looked equally surprised as if she had just revealed something by accident. "Oh, that's right. I never told you because you were too young at the time. One night, I woke up hearing noises outside my window, and when I looked, I saw a man staring into my bedroom." She went on to describe how turning on the lights caused him to take off running and how she grabbed my dad's pistol before calling the cops. I can't remember all the details I gave them when they showed up. Tall, white male, wearing a striped shirt and jeans, short dark hair, something like that. They said it matched the description of a man they were looking for in the area. It turns out he had escaped from jail on murder charges. Now I know it sounds so obvious hearing those two stories back to back, but it wasn't until a few years ago in my mid-20s that I pieced together that my brother had unknowingly warned us about a murderer who spent multiple nights casing our home.
Oh my God, it wasn't a ghost?
No. It was literally a man staring into their windows. It was not a ghost.
Oh my God.
Paranormal episode will come, but this is not it.
Oh no. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that gives me so much fear.
Yeah. Terrifying.
So the son thought he was seeing this man with a striped shirt at the end of the hallway, and it was really this guy outside the window?
He thought he was seeing a ghost. He was about 10 at the time.
Okay.
And yeah, he thought he was seeing a ghost at the end of the hallway.
And it was him outside the window.
It was a man outside the window. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's scary.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't, he didn't get in.
Oh, fuck. Like, I'm scared of the dark. I don't go anywhere outside at night by myself.
Yeah.
Like, ever. So to see someone like staring outside your window, like even the other night we have like a big like door at the end of one of our hallways, and my dad set like a shop vac on the like a table outside the door. Mm-hmm. And by the looks of it, it looks like a person like hunched there staring at you.
Yeah.
And I about shit myself.
Yeah.
I literally about died. So like this poor little kid, like having that same experience at 10.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Oh, it's just a ghost." Like,
oh my gosh. It's sad that he was like, "It's just a ghost." Like, that's still scary.
Oh, it's so terrifying. I just can't imagine. Like, he was literally on the run from the cops or like a suspect, murder suspect. I think she mentions in a comment, like, I know this original post, she says he escaped from jail on murder charges. But OP does give an update. I spoke with my mom and brother separately about the stories. First, my mom corrected my memory about what she found out from the police. It wasn't someone that had escaped. Rather, the description fit a suspect in an ongoing murder investigation.
That makes more sense.
Still a
But
murderer.
still very scary.
Still a murderer.
Oh, that is.
And they go, I'm honestly not sure if that makes it better or worse.
Yeah.
My brother did remind me of a piece of the story I didn't know was related. For the week after my mom called the cops, our older cousin brought a shotgun and stayed with us until our dad returned. Of course, at the time, I didn't know why he was staying with us. I mentioned this to my mom, and she told me a detail I didn't know. Our cousin, who was sleeping in my brother's room, set up a makeshift alarm system with some string and bells on the door in case anyone came around again.
Oh my gosh. That is very makeshift. See, like, this is why I love The Ring. Yeah.
I
so
know.
actually in the first story with the ex showing up on the porch, I was like, well, do they have a ring? Because the ring, back when I had my stalker situation and she was showing up to my boyfriend's house, he didn't have a ring. It would be amazing if we had the ring because you can see in the video, you could take that to the police, and because otherwise it's like your word against theirs. Like, I wasn't at your house on Saturday at 2 p.m. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Because roll
Here
the
we go.
tapes. Yeah.
I think like investing in home security stuff is like the best thing you can do for your home and your safety. Like, granted, we have security systems here and we've had so many cars stolen. It's actually just ridiculous.
It's wild.
But it's just like something like you just don't know. Like, I've seen so many scary TikToks of people like trying to break into their homes and being like, let me in, pretty girl.
Oh my gosh. No, to the ring?
To the ring.
Oh no.
They like evilly stare into the ring and they're like, let me in.
No, I would literally
I know you're home.
pass away. My soul would leave my body. Okay, this is actually not a good time to be doing this because I'm about to live alone for the first time in my life. For the first time in my 27 years on this God's green earth, I'm about to live alone. And even as it is, I get a little spooked.
I can't do it.
I know.
I can't
so
do
I'm
it.
actually like,
you brave lady.
well, what choice do I have? So I kind of want to get like I've always wanted a dog, but I'm like kind of leaning towards like a Doberman or like a Rottweiler now. And I've always liked those dogs.
Shepherd, baby.
I like shepherds, but
I love them. Look into the long-haired ones and go to the protection classes.
No, I follow a Doberman rescue. So it would be like a rescue dog. And I don't even need to like formally train him. I mean, some training.
There's something to be said about big, scary dog.
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
Privilege.
Yes.
That's the word I was looking for. Privilege.
Yes.
Dobermans
and Rottweilers are like working sporting dogs. So they are like inherently going to be like guard dogs, even just by barking, just alerting you that somebody is here, somebody is around you. The dogs don't even have to be trained. They'll just bark and they're scary dogs.
Well, my shepherd has actually saved us from a similar situation to this. Like, at my house in Hermantown, like it's a 30-acre farm.
Yeah.
But like the house, like the main house is closer to the road. So we were like all there one night, or I wasn't even there. It was my mom retelling me this story, but I think I was at college at the time or something. And she was like, I like just want you to know, like in case you come home or something, like there's been people casing the house. My older brother was living there at the time. And Bear was just going nuts, my big German shepherd, going absolutely nuts. Barking at the window, pacing the house back and forth, barking at that window, just going bonkers.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, Bear, shut up. Like, shut up. Because, like, he'll bark when people come to the driveway. He's just inherently very protective.
Yeah.
And so she was finally like, I don't know what this dog wants. I don't know what he wants. And so my brother was in, like, the front, like, in the layout of our house there. There's, like, this front screen room that was converted into, like, another bedroom. And then the living room's right here. So he was right here in his bed with his window open. And all of a sudden my mom was like, fuck this. Like, I'm just going to let the dog out. And all of a sudden Bear beelines it towards the side of the house. And my brother from his window hears, oh shit, they got a dog.
Oh no.
Run.
Oh my God.
So there were people staring outside of the house into all of our windows. And my dog somehow saw them, sensed it, heard them.
Smelled it.
Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
And literally chased their asses away.
Yeah, no, I would be like, I love shepherds. It's just the shedding.
I know. That's why I want the long hair. They shed differently.
Because it's hair. Yeah. No, I'm not like, I'm a little agnostic about the breed. I've always loved a Doberman and a Rottweiler. But I mean, You got to get the right dog though, because so it's funny that pit bulls get their bad rep because I have one at home.
Yeah.
And so recently, it's not even funny, but in Minnesota, there's like been an uptick in violence, and in Eden Prairie, which is like the city I'm from, typically it was voted like best place to live in America. Like it's a very safe town historically. And recently there's been like, my mom said some crazy stat, like it's like there's an 800% uptick in like carjackings, which I guess is possible because if they went from
Wow.
like 0 to like 8 that year, right? But
True.
right.
Yeah.
So it's
what does that number really
right?
mean?
What does that number mean?
Like, give us the total.
Yeah, it's a lot. Let's put it that way. And it's like 1. It's like okay, 100%.
800%,
Yeah. But my dad and my stepmom were sleeping recently. It's like a few months ago, and 2 a.m. my stepmom wakes up because she hears our garage opening.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and she's like,
well, their bedroom's over the garage, right?
Yes. Their bedroom's over the garage. I live in Los Angeles. My brother's in Iowa at college. Like, who the hell?
The fuck is it?
No one knows the code to the garage. Freaking, my dad wakes up, goes and grabs his pistol, gun family, whatever. So they like.
I want a gun.
Yeah, he's like, whatever. So
I'm with it.
Does his thing, and yeah, he's
probably surprising for a lot of people.
Well, it's.
I just want it just in case, God forbid, I need to use it. Like, I want to go to gun safety and make sure I'm properly trained.
Same. We should go to a shooting range.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
I want to go. Okay. Long story short, my dad like runs the perimeter of the house, which Bob, please don't. Like, just call the police. Yeah, I don't know. I know.
He's such a gentle giant.
Just runs around the house with his pistol. Like, who's there? Like, I got a gun, whatever. Because it's on your property.
Yeah.
But then he's like, no one's here. Like, who opened my garage? Well, he realized the next day that he left his truck unlocked, as he does. So somebody opened. So American-made cars typically, as opposed to a foreign-made car, if like an Audi, Mercedes, whatever, if you try to like, you know how you can program your garage opener in those cars, or any car really?
It doesn't work unless you have a key fob in it.
Unless the car's running or the key fob is in there. But his truck is an American-made truck. And those sometimes you can open it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So his theory, and the most plausible thing, is that somebody got in the truck, opened their garage, and then waited to see like, do lights turn on? What happens? But what I said, the reason I told this story is because where the hell was this pit bull? Sleeping, catching Z's.
Her original name was Tater Tot for a reason.
Tater Tot was PTFO on the bed. Like, I was like, so did she even like get up? No.
Yeah, no, my shepherd would have lost it.
Both eyes closed.
Yeah.
Just like snoring.
Yeah.
Like legs in the air. Like, pit bulls are failed guard dogs. So
yeah.
Anyway, when I live alone, I will not be getting a pit bull for that reason. But I need a protective dog.
Yeah. I will not have a German shepherd. Like, especially living alone, like I would immediately be like bringing my shepherd out here.
Right?
Oh, immediately.
I know. I'm scared. I'm going to need a ring, a dog.
There's really good, again, like I'm just plugging like all the things, and I'm going to have to put like a Google Doc together with all the
links.
With all like the Amazon links of shit I talk about.
Yeah.
Because there's there's an amazing ring like attachment if you have a rental, because you can't screw shit in your door or your wall at like these rental places or apartments. And so there's this like ring device that is a steel bolt. It goes on your side of the door and clamps on, and it secures a ring device on your door.
Oh, cool.
So there's no way for them to get it off. There's no way for them to like break it, bust it off. Like, it is there.
Nice.
And like everyone needs one. Like, I don't care if you're renting, your building has security. Like, get it for your own sake, because building security fails. We all need to keep ourselves as safe as possible.
I know.
Like,
get a dog, get a ring, get it all.
Yeah.
Do your iPhone. I'm going to go home and plug those in, those contacts in.
Oh, I know. It's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, this story was crazy. There's not a lot of good comments on these like there typically is on.
Well, because what do you say? Like, that's crazy.
There's not a lot to say, just like people confirming their stories nuts.
Yeah.
Here's where we start to get just a little sus. My 29 female husband, 32 male of 3 years, said something I can't move on from. We have a job that requires us to wake up very early in the morning. We've been working a cubicle away for the past couple of years. That's how we met. He usually wakes up before me and makes me breakfast. He's been doing this since we got married. He's sweet and caring like that. He's also the funniest, genuine, and friendly person I know. I love him and know he loves me back. Our relationship has always been stable. Now, I'm not sure. Today, while we were having breakfast, he calmly asked me to kill him if I ever caught him cheating. I initially brushed it off as a joke and replied, likewise. Then he said that he'd kill me if he found me cheating, and he would enjoy it. I didn't know how to react. I got chills. He's never been like this, and I can't imagine him saying things like that. All day at work, I've been thinking what I did wrong. Did he read my messages? None of us keep passwords. And find something off? Did he see me talking with someone inappropriately? I don't know. What should I say to him? Red flag.
Yeah,
What?
So I think it's kind of, we obviously need more context, but I think it's kind of sad that her immediate thought is like, did he see something? What did he read? It's like,
She's in like blaming herself.
yes, when in reality, he may just like have fucked up thoughts.
Yeah.
What do you say? I think you literally just have a very honest conversation and you say, hey, like you made this comment in passing and maybe it was like a joke to you in some way, but it was very unsettling
Scared
and
the shit out of me.
yeah, that was kind of terrifying. And then go from there, you know?
Yeah, I like Justin's last partner was like a cheater. Like she really kind of like destroyed his life and that
I want to beat the shit out of her.
I know. And that
What
was
the
like,
hell?
and that was like a big reason for him like kind of uprooting his life and moving to New York.
Oh,
Was the fact that like this girl, his high school sweetheart that he dated.
She's in our home state.
Yeah. Well, no, she's I don't even know what she looks like. I have no idea like
That's
anything really
good.
about her. I've
Amazing.
never wanted to know.
Yeah.
But I just know their history as like a couple. And she like cheated on him with like a bunch of her exes, as well as this guy that Justin was producing music for and like basically helping him with his whole artist career, with everything. And he wrote a song and was like in the song that Justin was producing being like, I'm fucking your girl and you don't even know. And so like I think she eventually like broke down and like told him everything. But like for Justin, this was like world shattering. I get like, you know, he has a fear of like cheating and stuff like that. But it's like when we talk about stuff like that, if like anything ever happened with us and like one of us were to cheat, I would just shut down. Like it would just be like so sad for me.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, I'm going to kill you.
No. What?
I would murder you and I would enjoy it.
No, that's so weird.
You didn't need to add that last part.
That part gets me. Yeah. Like obviously the murder comment's weird, but like it's like when women are like, I'll chop your balls off if you say this, this, and this, or if you look at this, you're, you know, and that's not okay too. But we all know like that's typically said in a joking manner.
Yeah.
Not that you should joke about like homicide, but but if you're gonna joke about homicide, don't joke that you're gonna enjoy it. Like
weird, especially your wife.
Yeah, that's really I would confront it because
Immediately.
I don't even like want to repeat this, but I had an ex-boyfriend make such a questionable comment one time that I was like,
say it.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, say it.
Okay. It's like things that you're just like, we definitely need to have like a trigger warning on this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he's an ex, thank God. But he one time was talking about this girl. I don't know what she did. She like did something really stupid, fucked up, whatever, annoyed the shit out of him. And he was like, God, I just hate her so much. Sometimes I just wish I could like, oh my God, I could like put my like hand around her neck and just like squeeze until her legs like stop kicking. And I'm like,
terrifying.
Did you just describe like a murder? Like I'm not even like I was.
He's got a like that's a plan.
Well,
like,
you can guess which ex this is.
Oh,
you already know.
I absolutely know because the first time I met him, he said, "Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch."
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah,
The first time?
first time I ever met him. Was in an apartment here in LA. And
I didn't know that's the first time you met him. I know what time you're thinking about.
First and only time I've ever met him.
Oh, well, let's.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I'm so embarrassed. People are like, what?
Excuse you.
I know.
I was being sassy, but for the right reasons.
Yeah, but no, it was so warranted.
He was nuts.
He was nuts. So you know what ex this is.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy. Like, there's not.
And I never confronted it. And to this day, like it clearly left a mark on me because I haven't dated this person in so long.
Like 7 years, 8 years?
Yeah, longer maybe. And it's like,
it's scary.
It's scary. And it was scary at the time. I didn't know he was the narcissist, scary person that he is that I know now. But in that moment, I was like, it was like a lot to process because I'm like, I know you're being dramatic and I know you're worked up, but like that was very vivid. You didn't,
yeah.
That was very like graphic.
No, that's scary. And it's also like, okay, well, what did she do to you? And like, what happens if I piss you off?
Yes.
Are you going to do the same to me?
Well,
you're going to choke me to death?
She didn't even do anything that bad. Like this person is like a very good, kind person. Like you might know who she is. Like it was
scary.
So weird. And I'm like, just the fact that you have it in you to make a comment like that.
It's terrifying.
And not even back down from it and be like, oh God, that was dramatic. Sorry. Let me take that back.
He was almost like fantasizing about it.
Yeah.
In a weird way. Like the way he was describing it, like, I just want to put my hand around her until like she stops kicking. Like that's fantasizing it in a way.
I know.
That's like a plan too. It's not like, oh, I just want to kill her sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's like you've thought this out and you're envisioning it in your head.
Oh, I like still get uncomfortable just thinking about it. I didn't even want to say it, honestly. But that reminds me of this, like where it's like, I would kill you and I'd enjoy it.
Weird.
What?
Really weird. I wouldn't have gone to work that day. Like this sounds like it was during the morning when, she goes, all day at work I've been thinking about what I did wrong. I wouldn't have been able to go to work. I would have been sick over this. I would have immediately been like, hey, can we sit down? Like it's a really strange comment. But I guess in the moment you're probably just like in so much shock that you're like, wait, did he actually just say that?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think you're in so much shock that you're like, let me think about that. Let me stick a pin in that and like process it later, you know?
Yeah.
But that's something that she should address for sure.
Immediately.
Yeah.
So the top comment on this one, I would ask to talk to him whenever you're just hanging out. Then tell him something like, quote, can I ask you something? What brought you to say that so out of the blue? It really messed with me. It was just so unlike you. Is something on your mind? And someone replies back and goes, my first thought was that someone he knows cheated or was cheated on, and it greatly affected them. And seeing it unfold has affected him too. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but people say dumb shit when they're emotional. Make sure, though, and if there's a hint that he really thinks that way, get out. I'm sure you don't plan on cheating, but dangerous people will imagine or invent reasons to lash out.
That's true.
Yeah. Someone else goes, this plus a very surreal dream is what came into my mind. I know I've had some dreams that left me with strong emotions and kind of thrown off for the rest of the day. Which, how many people have had dreams of like getting cheated on?
Oh my gosh.
It's
all the time.
Like it's a thing. It happens to everyone. And it's a TikTok trend where it's like, my girlfriend was mad at me because like she dreamed I cheated on her.
Yeah, easily. I wake up mad at Brett for like 20 minutes. For sure.
Yeah, so those sex dreams, they can really affect people.
Yep.
I just think it's so crazy though. I would never be like, if I ever cheated on you, murder me.
Yeah, what?
After a dream.
That's so weird.
Another top comment on this that I appreciate. You never know if someone means it or not until you end up in a domestic violence situation or worse. Threats of domestic violence and murder aren't something to tiptoe around with statements like, I'm sure I didn't mean it. That's exactly how you end up battered or dead.
Yeah, I honestly do kind of agree with that because, I don't know, to make those types of comments takes a certain like type of person. You can go there mentally.
That's where I'm at with this one. I think like everyone's mind kind of goes there like, well, what if my partner cheated on me? Because when we are in relationships, we're putting so much trust and faith in an individual.
Yeah.
So everyone's mind goes there, but my first thought isn't, I would kill you.
No, speaking as from somebody's perspective who has been cheated on
many times.
I've never ever.
Me.
No, me too.
So many times.
Same, sis.
Hey. That's not like we're.
I know, but hey, we're better, stronger, better.
It brought us here.
Exactly. Like whatever, but no, like what? That's the last. I've never ever gone there. No. Ever.
And like my immediate thing to getting cheated on now, I shut down. Like, I want nothing to do with
yeah.
you. Like, if you're going to burn me in that way, like, you're never going to hear from me, see me again. And it's not easy to do the first time. Like, the first couple times I got cheated on, I was very much like, I'm in love with this person. He promises he's never going to do this to me again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like, okay, second time, wake the fuck up, Morgan. Third time, okay, it's time to be done with this one.
Yeah.
But then it happens again, and you're just like, you have those little love blinders, and it's hard. But like nowadays, like my last ex, I was like, no.
I'm thankful that it happened because I learned so much about myself in relationships. But yeah, you definitely have blinders on. But I guess what we're both getting at here is like, without getting into the weeds of it, like never did murder never
No.
crossed my mind. Not even violence. It was
No.
like, I will maybe smear your name on Twitter, possibly
On a podcast.
maybe
But you haven't said names even.
maybe in a podcast.
You're good.
I know, but I don't have a lot of exes, so anybody who knows me can like deduce who's who.
I know. There's
You know,
and that's so
because
funny.
I have one ex who's like so kind, like you this person, you know, and then the
Yeah.
other ex is like very obvious. You're like, oh,
But is he kind? Because he did date one of your best friends.
yeah,
So he might be a shithead too.
he is in his own right, in his own right. But I wouldn't consider that. You know, there's like date your friend, and then there's like make comments about homicide and cheat on you. You know,
Different.
and it's like there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
Anyway, yeah, probably don't. I just don't think murder should ever be a conversation in a relationship.
No.
And cheating, as terrible as it is, two girls right here speaking to the hurt of being cheated on, still
No.
unwarranted.
No. And even if you get cheated on and you have this unsettling moment of like, I just want to burn the fucking world down. Like, I want
Yeah.
to kill this person. Like,
What? No,
he's not worth being in jail forever.
not even.
No one is.
No.
Fuck grudges. Fuck like holding on to that shit. Like, I don't know what switch flipped in me. And I think you went through this recently too, where it's just like, not like, no, like with like the friend that started dating your ex. Like, you were just kind of like to this point where like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And
No. But
it's just-
you're right. You're right.
we both kind of in our lives, and I think it takes a lot of like trial and error, and practice makes perfect.
Yes.
You learn how to, when people like screw you over, or you just come to terms with the fact that like they're undeserving of you.
Yeah.
It's not like revenge. It's not, I want to get even. It's just like,
It's indifference.
I deserve better.
Yeah, exactly. It's knowing that your time and your energy is worth so much more, and no matter how much this person burns you, like you almost just have to cut the loss and move on, and realize that your time, your energy, your happiness is worth so much more than this like petty problem that you have with this person.
100%.
You know, yeah, it's like guarding your feelings and guarding your emotions and your time.
But don't kill people for cheating.
Yeah, no.
And don't make threats of it.
No.
Okay, you guys, here I come again. Plug in my people over at Ana Luisa. That's ANALUISA. I'm obsessed with the jewelry that they've sent over, and I'm including it into everything, including by the time this episode airs, my Yom Kippur outfit. So if you want to get jewelry pieces that are both sustainable, ethical, not even that, like they're freaking carbon neutral. This brand goes above and beyond in giving you cute packaging that's recyclable, and everything down to little bags are flawless. So be sure to check out their website, browse, see if you like anything, because they're offering 10% off. And one thing I love about this brand is the fact that they are making their jewelry with recycled materials and in small batches so that nothing really goes to waste. And this episode is airing Thursday, but hey, if you're listening on a Friday, even better, because Ana Luisa's new collections drop every Friday. Not only is this jewelry sustainable and ethical, like I've mentioned, but it's trendy and elegant and provides joy to those who wear it, including me. I didn't even want to put the headphones on when I was recording these ads because I wanted to show off the earrings so much. But hey, if my styles aren't for you, check out their website for 10% off. So go treat yourself, you guys. And be sure to tag me in what you get. I would absolutely love to see it. To get 10% off, use my code TWOHOT. That's TWOHOT for 10% off. And I'll be sure to put the link in the description so it's even easier for you to use. Okay, back to the stories, guys. Whew. Up next.
Get a crazy one. Crazy. I want like I want my jaw on the floor. Like maybe one with like a plot twist where you're like, ooh, you know?
Okay.
Like not like the most graphic, horrific, but maybe like,
I got one for you.
whoa.
I got one.
Okay.
I gotta whip out the computer for her.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Bring out the big guns. Okay, one last one.
Yeah.
You wanted Twisty Turny.
Twisty turny, spooky McSpooker.
So this one's an oldie but a goodie.
Okay.
Coming
Why
up-
by oldie? Like,
It's an oldie. It's 4 years old.
oh, okay.
So this one was originally posted by username BabyBlues17 for those of you that want to look into it. But it is quite terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pregnant and being investigated by the Department of Child Services.
Oh, man.
Hello, I'm a 29-year-old, happily married. My husband and I are college educated, have respectable, stable jobs, own a home in a nice neighborhood. We're basically as prepared as anyone can be to start a family. I'm almost 9 months pregnant with our first child. The problem is that 11 years ago, when my husband was a freshman in college, he was arrested for possession of marijuana. It was a large enough amount that he was charged with a Class D felony. Our jurisdiction is very harsh regarding marijuana, but not intent to deal. He pled guilty and did his time in probation without a problem, passing every drug test along the way. He has not touched marijuana or any other illegal substance since, and we rarely even drink, and haven't at all in over a year. I have no criminal record and have never done drugs myself. It was a stupid mistake he made as a foolish 18-year-old, and he's worked hard to put it behind him. Someone has apparently contacted child services in our area and informed them that we are drug users. This accusation is being taken very seriously because of my husband's record. We have been as cooperative as could be with our caseworker. We've been interviewed, our home has been examined, and she found nothing remotely serious or incriminating. We have both taken drug tests and passed. Our caseworker says everything looks just fine so far. Unfortunately, she also says that there's still the possibility that our child could be taken from us in the labor and delivery ward, and that we won't be allowed to take her home. I was devastated and horrified to hear that. When I asked why, she said it was, quote, not up to her, and we'll have to wait and see, which made absolutely no sense to me. What gives? I feel like there's something she isn't telling me, but I have no experience with DCS, and I'm not aware of anything we could have possibly done wrong. I know they'll have to test my daughter for drugs once she's born, but she has not been exposed to drugs, nothing more than prenatal vitamins and Tylenol, and I've already proven that by passing a drug test. I'm scared and confused. Do I need a lawyer? I had anticipated spending our savings on our new daughter / parental leave, but I will use that money for a lawyer if I have to. Thanks for reading, and thanks in advance for your help. There's an update.
Okay.
Do you want me to just read the update first?
It sounds like you want to.
Say your comments, what you're thinking right away.
I don't have a comment. I think I have a question. I'm curious as to who reported that.
Very fishy. Very fishy, right?
Yeah. I mean, my comment is just like, this is so fucked up, and it's just so sad and shows how like broken the system can be and how like vulnerable you are to like a misstep with the law.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I guess the lingering question is in my mind that I can't ignore is like, who anonymously reported that?
It's very fishy.
Yeah.
Especially since the fact that it happened when he was 18 and they're now, she's 29. He's probably 29.
A decade later.
Yeah. So I'll read the top comment on the post.
Okay.
And then maybe we can just do the update.
Yeah.
And then talk about it because that's where it gets weird.
Okay.
I am a former Indiana CPS investigator / assessor. Something here is not making any sense at all unless the law has changed greatly in the last few years when I left the department. As of this moment, you are pregnant, correct? You don't have any children. They are investigating the fetus. Someone replies, former CPS worker here too. Agree with you. CPS does not investigate pregnant women with no current children. Something is not right. I literally just got the chills.
Oh, I got the chills too.
So OP goes, yeah, we have no children yet. They are investigating the fetus. I wasn't aware that was something they even could do. The report they got must have seemed quite alarming, I guess. It seemed weird as heck to me too. And someone goes, if people who have worked with CPS are saying something is off here, maybe it's an idea to contact CPS yourself, not through any contact the worker you have been in contact with has given you, but by finding their number on the internet and ringing directly. Ask if the worker actually works there, for starters. And I'm not sure if they'd tell someone if there was an open file on themselves, but maybe you could ask that too. I've heard a few stories of people posing as CPS maliciously.
I didn't even think of that.
I had no idea by this one. Like, I was just blown away that this is a thing. But let me read the update.
Okay.
And it'll make sense.
Okay. Woo.
Yeah.
This is the shit that I came for.
So it goes, update, I'm pregnant and being investigated by DCS. Here's the link to my original post. When I made it, I was advised to get a lawyer right away. I was also advised that Indiana's DCS doesn't investigate pregnant women who don't already have kids, and that the woman claiming to be a social worker might be an imposter. I contacted and met with a lawyer and explained the situation to him. He seemed to agree that something was very fishy. To make a long story short, the woman, quote, handling our case has no affiliation with the Department of Child Services.
Oh my God.
I am still in complete shock. We went straight to the police. They're taking this very seriously. I can't give a lot of details because it's an ongoing investigation, but she seems to have been a very skilled / well-researched liar. I never would have known anything was amiss without the advice of this subreddit and the intervention of my attorney. I feel like a complete idiot, but the instinct to cooperate unquestionably when faced with an intimidating authority figure is strong. I haven't had the baby yet. We're staying at a trusted family member's home until the baby is born. My OB in the hospital we'll be delivering at have already been informed of the situation and will be taking the appropriate security measures. I'm still freaking out, but we're taking every precaution for the safety of my child, and hopefully everything will turn out okay. Thanks again, everybody. Truly.
Oh my God. Reddit like saved her.
I was literally just going to say that. Without Reddit, this baby would have been kidnapped.
Literally.
Kidnapped.
I just have to say, and I know that I've had some criticism about people because I openly admit I wasn't very familiar with Reddit when we started this. Me personally. I know you're like very familiar with Reddit.
I live on this bitch.
Yeah. I was not very familiar with Reddit. I will fall on my sword. And through this podcast and other mediums, I've become more familiar with Reddit, and like it's so cool and interesting and helpful. And like stories like this, I'm just like, it is such a powerful community.
Blown away.
It's such a powerful community. Like the fact that the commenter, the top poster, was a former, like I think you said, Department of Child Services, whatever his role was.
For the same state.
Yeah. Like you don't get access to people like that.
No.
Just by nothing. Like, the fact that this community can bring you to like trusted experts is insane to me.
It's insane.
It's so powerful though. And it's so cool because who knew that people like that, like it's easy to forget that people on Reddit can be like professionals. They can be lawyers, they can be doctors, they can be federal employees, they can be teachers, civilians, whoever. And you forget that these people have this expertise.
Yeah, outside of their internet role.
Yes, that they can give you that can literally save lives.
Reddit is the most amazing community. Like if you're struggling, there's a niche for you. There's a subreddit that you can go to.
Oh yeah.
But like this one, like this was either kidnapping and adoption scheme where that happens. And look at like, again, like this is an eerie, creepy episode. There's so many stories. And there's this one lady, I'm forgetting her name right now, but she ran this adoption ring and she would steal babies from hospitals and put them up for adoption. But then if the kids would age out, she would literally like murder these kids.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. And there were over like, I don't even want to give a number because I'm not remembering this like to a T, but they found so many bodies of kids she had murdered.
Fuck no. Hell no.
And it's just crazy. Like there was actually a famous celebrity, but there's a famous celebrity that actually adopted kids from her.
No.
She was well into the system. Like everyone went to her, but she would kidnap babies from hospitals.
Oh my God.
And that's what this was. Like this was child trafficking. This was an adoption thing. Like no one poses as a government official to steal a baby otherwise.
For no reason. I mean, unless you have infertility or you struggle to conceive on your own. I mean, that's a thing. There are people that kidnap children when they cannot have their own.
If they completely lose it, though.
Right, I know.
Otherwise,
but these people seem like they've kind of lost it. Like, my initial thought was this is like a disgruntled ex who doesn't want to see her, like, ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever, like, have a happy family. Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, oh, the anonymous report was totally, like, a jealous ex-lover who is trying to ruin their family. But then my thought was, oh, this is child trafficking.
Yeah.
Like, this is child trafficking. They're trying to like abduct the child, sell or do whatever they're going to do with the child, which is disgusting.
Terrifying.
And it just goes to show, I mean, if there's anything to take away from this story, one, Reddit's an amazing community that you can always turn to. And two, like, I think she makes a great point. Like, don't just take an authority figure at face value.
I was just going to comment on that.
Yeah.
It reminded me in a sense of like the Stanford prison experiment. And there's another experiment I'm forgetting the name of where it's like they had this electroshock equipment and they took two people, introduced them before, and they go, okay, like we're doing this experiment about shocking to see, you know, how that can control whatever. I'm butchering what this is. I'll post the links in the description of the YouTube for it, obviously. But essentially it was if you have a credited individual giving you directions, are you going to follow them? Or are you going to realize what you're doing is wrong and like be your own judge? So in this experiment, they had this one person on the side giving shocks to this individual. And it was like they had to answer questions, and if they answered it wrong, they would get shocked. And so the person kept answering the questions wrong, and they were shocking them. But there was like a fake sound on the other thing where the person would be like, help, please don't shock me again. I can't take it anymore. And they would turn to the researcher and be like, I don't think I should shock them anymore. And the researcher would be like, no, it's okay. Keep going. This is important for the experiment. And they were essentially doing this. How did the Holocaust happen? How did people follow such terrible directions from, granted, authoritative figures? But how did this just happen? But this is a good example. When an authoritative figure shows up at your door, pretends like they know what they're doing, like, how did they take a drug test?
Oh, yeah.
How did they go to like a lab and take a drug test and like,
I mean, it's scammers at their finest. Like people
have gotten insane.
Yeah, people have gotten really, really creative with like scams, and that's scary. And it's a reminder to like always stay curious.
Always.
I'm like very, very skeptical.
That's like Crime Junkie's motto.
Yeah, it is. It's
literally like
it's
stay curious, stay weird.
Do they say stay curious? I think they say something else. Wow, why did I stutter so much? It's like I just like stuttered every word in that sentence. They say I don't think it's stay curious.
Be weird, be rude, stay alive.
Yes. Like always just ask questions.
Yeah, stay curious. Like
stay curious.
Stay on edge.
Yeah.
Stay alert.
I think that's right. You just should always check things. There's something to be said. Like you almost should assume the worst because you're ready to explore all avenues if it does go south.
I can be very pessimistic at times, but I think kind of thinking, okay, well, like if this happens, what's the worst case scenario? Because then I'm prepared and I kind of evaluate plan A, B, C. And I think that's like a lot to be said for situations like this. First dates. If you're going on a date with someone, please make sure people know where you are. And there's like a lot on TikTok going around right now where it's like, Yeah, I background check my dates before I go on them. As you should.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, and there's like men get attacked, just like women,
Yeah.
and I get that, but like women are, I think, more vulnerable
Yes.
to these types of situations, like stalking and murder and, sexual assault. So,
That's right.
and, if you're a guy listening, install the thing on your phone too. Like everyone is at risk to have something bad happen. Like no one's immune to shit happening.
That's true.
So
And
just be as safe as you fucking can.
everybody, exactly. And you just said that, and I grabbed my phone because there's this, I'm like that too. I always visualize worst case scenario, and I listen to this TED talk, and there's actually a Greek philosophy behind it, and it's called I'm probably butchering this, but it's called like premeditatio malorum. And what that means is it's visualizing the worst case scenario in detail that you fear, preventing you from taking action so that you can take action. So essentially, you visualize the worst case scenario that would paralyze you so that you can be armed to take action.
If, God forbid, it does happen.
Exactly. It's actually a philosophy, and it's a form of stoicism. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Did I? Stoicism? It's like, you can look this up. So premeditatio malorum. I don't know if you can plug that into TED Talk. And it talks about this. And I'm like, both you and I, it sounds like we like experience that, where you visualize the worst case scenario.
Always.
So that you are able to act if it does happen. And I don't really think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing.
I don't at all.
No.
I think there's been a lot about toxic positivity. I think when you're like too positive and you're like, nothing bad's going to happen, it's fine. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
You don't know how to act if something bad does happen.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to prevent things from happening. And like, I'm like, everyone needs like a fucking attack keychain. Like, get fucking wasp spray or bear spray or mace. Get a tile, put a tile hidden in your car, put a tile, like, or not a tile. Like, I just got the new little Apple
AirTag
trackers. Like, the AirTags are magical. Like,
share your location. Like, I know some people are like not for it, but
you have at least one person in
at
your
least
life.
somebody that you trust, like your ice, like you're in case of an emergency.
Yes.
You should have at least one or two people on your location.
Yeah.
Like, I have my boyfriend. I have you. I have like my close friends.
Yeah.
If you live with somebody, that person should absolutely have your location.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't come home, they're going to be the first ones to know that you didn't come home.
They're going to notice.
And they're going to be like, me, Lauren, and Sarah, we track each other all the time. Like, I'm sure Sarah's
all
like,
do. Yeah.
it's 10 o'clock. Where is she?
This bitch needs to be in bed.
Yeah. So anyway, no, definitely like take all the precautions.
I know. I think one thing that's really, really cool about Apple's new AirTag too is I have one on my key ring for my car keys, and I put one in my car in case my car gets stolen.
Yeah, smart.
And so my dad's been like borrowing my car because his was in an accident, and his phone gave him a notification, and it was like, unidentified AirTag has been following you.
What?
Yeah. So this is great. Like,
Shut up.
In regards to stalkers, if a stalker, maybe I shouldn't share this information in case a stalker is listening and putting it on someone's car.
Basically, I think yeah.
But yeah, like if someone is using an AirTag to stalk you, and my dad hadn't even used my car that long. It had only been a day.
Doesn't that mean that somebody was following him who also had an AirTag?
It's his iPhone recognizing that my AirTags have been following him all day. So essentially it would be like your stalker coming and putting an AirTag secretly under your car. If that AirTag isn't linked to your phone and you're constantly with that AirTag, it would be like, hey,
I see.
There's an unidentified AirTag following you.
That's like with you all the time.
It's with you.
Yeah.
And I'll put a screenshot in of what the AirTag says.
Yeah, can you?
It's really great. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I think it's like something that is such a great feature that Apple installed, because those AirTags could be used very deceptively.
Oh my gosh.
And very like
absolutely. Same with the
ill-intentioned.
AirPods. I've seen TikToks be like, if you don't trust him, put your
AirPod.
Now we're like giving out toxic advice. Like, you put the AirPods like in their car. Yeah. It's wild, man. Apple is doing a seminar tomorrow, September 14th. By the time this episode airs, it will have happened. So maybe Apple's working on these kinks. I don't know.
I don't know.
The future of technology, though. There's some detriments, but
get some AirTags for your shit. Like, I almost want to just keep one in my pocket at all times. I'm so fucking weird.
I'm really intrigued. If I get that guard dog, I'm probably going to put an AirTag on him.
every person, put it on your dog. It's the greatest thing you can do to keep yourself safe, your animal safe, your property safe.
Totally. Yeah.
Do it.
Absolutely going to do it.
Big
That's
plugger
so
here.
smart. Big Apple plugs over here.
Big
I don't
plugger,
know, man.
Big pluggers, clearly.
Yeah, like, whoa. No free promo.
But that is let's not meet, because we don't want to meet any of the people that harassed OPs in these stories today.
Nope.
And more spookiness to come.
It's spooky. It's spooky season.
That has batteries in it too. You could turn it on.
Can I? Why hasn't this been on the whole time?
I don't know. I forgot.
Oh, this is Halloween.
Makes me want to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, we're going to Universal. Or what's it called?
Yeah, spooky nights.
We're going to spooky nights. I love the word spooky. I love spooky season, spooky things.
I love cold shit.
Love it. So hopefully
Give
I'm
me
back
cold
for another
fall vibes.
spooky episode.
Yeah. The next one is paranormal activity. So if any listeners out there have ghost stories, like true ghost stories, paranormal shit, please send it our way. I have a ghost story and it scares the shit out of me. So we're going to get into it on that one. So
Yeah.
if you have any true paranormal, it's going to come your way in October. We're going to save the ghosts for true spooky season.
Yeah.
But I need to get some fall scary vibes. So
Yeah, me too. It's not spooky enough.
it's not spooky enough yet. So
All right.
that's Let's Not Meet. That's all I have for you guys on this episode of Two Hot Takes. So until next time.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.